Welcome to another episode of A Better Conversation. My name is Tommy Israel. My mother did not give me that name. I gave myself that name with the hope that I could live by it, stand by it. And when it's all said and done, I lived up to it. Let's get right down to it. It's been a year since I started this podcast. It's been a year since I started this podcast, man. And I learned a lot of things about me. I learned a lot of things about people. And one thing that I learned about me, forget about the people. One thing I learned about me is you got to be consistent, man. It's people out here being consistent. Nah, you ain't understanding, man. It's people out here being consistent. In this game right here, with the bar entry so low that anybody could just set up a phone and just go with a podcast and the YouTube channel, you got to be consistent. And you got to be coming from the heart. And you got to be organic. And you can't be slipping up, and you can't be chasing something else and not the dream. You know, some people might chase women. Some people might chase money. Somebody might chase emotion. But you gotta chase consistency no matter what it is. It gotta be consistent. Am I doing that? Am I doing that? Am I being consistent with my dream and my goal? You think podcast is cheap? You think studios is cheap? You think lights and cameras is cheap? You just wasting money. You just wasting time if you're not going to be consistent. So in this year that I put behind this podcast, it's something I love, man. Something I love. I had some great episodes. But before I get into my great episode, it's people that I see that's doing their thing that I like. I said, it's some Harlem podcasts that I like, that they're doing their thing on a consistent basis. It's the beat. It's the beat. It's some podcasts that I want to get on, like The Beat. It's my man that got the bakery joint. And me, you know me, I'm for the people. So I comment. They don't be showing me no reply. So that be getting me hyped. I be like, look, what you think? And I be looking at the guests they be having. I be like, psh. And no knock against they guests, because they guests is they guests. And because my thing is, this is a hospitality podcast, because hospitality is the industry that I'm in. Right? And I got to niche down because I love the streets, man. I ain't going to tell you no lie. I really want to go another direction, but I can't, because that's not the business. That's not the life. That's not the lifestyle that I'm living. So I can't really go that direction. I got to stay in my box. I got to stay in my zone. I got to hit all four of my corners. Sometime I can step out. I can play a different type of zone. But I got to focus on my niche, which is hospitality. But I see some episodes of my boys from Harlem with that conversation. Them I like what they doing. It's plenty of people that I like what I'm doing, but they are my competition. And it ain't like I want to just annihilate them, but they uplift me, made me come in here today. Because I hit their podcast so many times and be like, yo, I want to get on your show, or I like you, or I like this, or bye. And I leave comments every time. Don't hit nothing back. That motivates me. That should say, Tom, go in your studio every day and just go. Tom, you got to go. You got to go. You got to find a system. You got to find a way. This is my part. This is a better conversation. My name is Tommy Israel. I'm real. I know my past. I know what I've been through. I know my struggles. I know my good. I know my bad. I know my pros. I know my cons. Tom, you got to give it your all. This is an opportunity. I know people that's in hospitals that wish they had this opportunity. I know people in prison with life sentences like, yo, it's this podcast thing, YouTube. If I was out there, I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will. Because I know in prison, sometimes people start to be thinking they can just do anything. I've been behind those walls. I know how people just dream and lose the perception of how life really is. because they don't put in their dreams how bills are. They don't put in their bill into their dreams when they dreaming behind those walls about how a real job is and how management is and dealing with other individuals. They don't put that in the concept. I do. But I know that people dream about having the opportunity that I have. So if they dreaming about the opportunity that I have, why don't I make my opportunity a dream? But I'm already 100 steps ahead of them because I'm already here doing it. Why not? I'm not giving it my all on a podcast, a better conversation that I love doing. I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that. That's what this year is about. Because the first year, I gotta pat myself on the back. Don't shoot myself down so much, because I gotta pat myself in the back that I started it. And then I lasted a year. Should I had maybe 30, 40, 50 episodes? Yes. But I still gotta give myself the credit that I actually started it. That I actually had guests. That I actually shot episodes. Should I have shot more? Yes, I have shot more. Should I have shot more? That's the learning experience, to shoot more, stay consistent, because those other people are, and they fronting on you. So dominate. Dominate, Tom. What you waiting on? You got the opportunity that people dream and wish they had. Wish they have, and you have it. Pawn the diamond, Tom. Pawn the diamond. You have a diamond here. Pawn a diamond, take a loan against the interest, and run with it. You ain't got to ask no bank for no loan. You are the bank. Your skill set is the bank. Can they rock with you? Maybe. Are they better than you? Not. I'm watching them, and I appreciate them, because they motivate me and they inspire me to go. Tom, you got to get better. You got people willing to be a part of what you building, something special. Tom, you at your age, you ain't got many more, Tom. Tom, at your age, you ain't got many more, Tom. So what you waiting on? You ain't 16, you ain't 26, you ain't 36, you ain't 46, but I'm not 56. Do something special, Tom, with what you got. You got to dominate. You got to make this podcast amongst the best. You see the opportunity. The business model has already been broken. We ain't even talking about the Joe Rogans. Look at the Joe Button. Look what he doing. Look what Bag Fuel is doing. Tom, what they doing? They started when you started, and you started before them, Tom. Tom, you don't remember you had the Social Corner podcast before anybody was even thinking about podcasting? You was already there. You see how you slipped up and messed that up? Why are you gonna slip up and mess this opportunity up, Tom? Tom, I'm talking to you. This is a conversation with myself, and I give you the warrant and permission to listen in. Tom, you got Tom. Tom, you ain't got time. The youth got time, maybe. You ain't got the time, but you got the experience. You got the heart. You got the authentic seed. You organic. Why your name is Tommy Israel? Right? Come on, Tom. You got to push more. You got to put more money behind it. This is something you love, that you love doing, man. Tom, you got to do what you got to do, Tom. You can't play no games with this opportunity, man. It's a million men behind the wall, man, wishing they had this opportunity, Tom. You can't blow this, Tom. You can't blow this shot, Tom. You can't, man. Just can't, man. And I won't. I had some great episodes with some great people coming through. My man C came through and he dropped it. What a great episode. You had Kenya come through. She dropped it. What a great episode with Kenya dropping it. You had the Dominican guy. He coming. You ain't even drop his episode. He on your back, young Dominican boy. Like, yo, Papa, I did my thing. I came there. I did this. And look at my music. I'm developing. Drop my episode. You had so many different people come in and do their thing. Tom, come on, man. You had Chemo Swift. Come on, you ain't pushed that episode on Chemo? Chemo came in and did his thing. He spoke from the heart. He didn't leave nothing out. He spoke from the heart. You got to push those episodes, Tom. You can't just be letting these episodes fall by the waist. You better than these other individuals that's doing their thing. If you ain't better, you just up in the par with them. And they should push you and you should push them. So forget what they doing. And it hurts you. It hurts me. It hurts me. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you this. When I was starting my business, A Better Staffing Solution, I came to the people in Harlem, and I know Harlem going to be mad at me for this. And I know people going to be mad at me for this. But I came when I was starting my business, man. I said, yo, it's a situation that I got because I'm in these rooms in these great organizations and these great corporations. And they giving me this opportunity with this Dapper Dan thing. Gucci is throwing Dapper Dan this great celebration. And somebody slid me. They said, yo, we going to give it to you. And it was going to cost me 60. I looked at the number. It was going to cost me 60,000. I didn't have it because in the business that I'm in called A Better Staffing Solution, it's a net 30. The bigger the company like Google, that might be 60, a net 60. Let me break down what net 30 is and net 60 so you can understand. If I do something with somebody on the 3rd of a month, net 30 means I'm not getting paid to the 3rd of the next month. Meaning, I already paid my staff for that whole month. So my money might be funny by the end of the month. Because remember, I'm pushing out 1,000 here, 2,000 here, 5,000 for this event, 3,000 for this event, 9,000 for this event. By the time the end of the month, I'm popped. So I get this great opportunity to do this Dapper Dan Gucci event. Nah, you ain't listening to me. I got a great opportunity to do Dapper Dan. Hold up, Dapper Dan. I got Dapper Dan to do this event for Dapper Dan. So I go to the Harlem dudes, and I say I got this great opportunity, and I'm bringing them professional contracts, proposal. I'm not leaving nothing. I'm gift bags when I come with the proposal. I'm giving them Gucci notebooks and showing them, and I say, hey, this is what I need. I got this. I got 30,000. Can we come together and then y'all put in this? You know, Harlem ain't come through for me, man. That hurt me to my soul. Not because they didn't have it, they had it. And I said, just give up 3,000. And then we going to do this and you're going to make this off of that. You're going to make 20% in one day off the money that you put up. Don't you know that Harlem, a place that I represent so much from the heart. I represent so much from the heart with Harlem. Don't you know they didn't come through for me? You know who you are. You know who you are. You know who you are. And then I seen you throwing that same 3,000 in the club. I seen you throw that same money that we had that opportunity to Dapper Dan, that you wear Gucci all the time. We got an opportunity, and Dapper Dan is from Harlem, and you wear Gucci all the time, Louis all the time. We got an opportunity to do an event and employ single moms, mothers, sisters, brothers, ex-cons to come in here and do this event, the hospitality, the staff, this event, the dishwashers, the waiters, the bussers, the janitors. Harlem ain't come through for me. That hurt me to the soul. Now I see that Dapper, now I'm at another company, $60 billion operation, that they give me an opportunity to do certain things within their company. And they be like, yo, Tom just be brewing the coffee. Tom just be making the sandwiches and the food for them. I got an opportunity to be there. Now Dapper Dan is coming to this corporation a year later to speak at this corporation. Look what we could have done a year later. Do it hurt? Of course it hurts. It hurts. Because this is Dapper Dan, somebody that I know in 89, 90, going to him, getting a coat. You know what it feels like to go in Dapper Dan? You see LL Cool J sitting down. You see Mike Breland, the boxing champion, there. You see Mike Tyson walking out. You see Eric B. and Rakim walking in to get their clothes done. This is somebody that we admire, that's somebody that's an icon in our community, man. We had a chance to do his celebration, and why? You know why? Because staffing ain't cool. You can't show off it. You can't show it off. You rather show off and throw money, that same money, inside of a club around strippers that don't care nothing about you, then employ some single mothers and some ex-cons. Some employ people that look just like you. They look just like you, dog. And you didn't want to employ them. You rather throw that same money in a club, man. Instead of employing these people that's within our community. A year later, same man, Dapper Dan, is coming to this event. They didn't even give me the contract. They didn't even give us the contract. They didn't give a better staffing solution. They didn't give us the contract because we didn't even come through the first time. Imagine we'd have came through the first time. We'd have had the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. So when the sixth time came around, look at all that money we'd have made. And now you would have been like, oh, 20% ain't nothing. Well, I'm going to give her $5,000 to only make blah, blah, blah. Come on, what would that have done for you? I mean, you got that much money that your $5,000, come on now, we talking about 6 times later. Your $5,000 that brought you $15,000. You know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Now I know I'm taking out on all of Harlem because I'm hurt. I'm hurt that we had the opportunity, man. And we blew the opportunity, bro. We blew the opportunity. Why? Because it wasn't staffing ain't cool enough. Because you can't flip. You rather run around and chase these celebrities. You're a groupie. You running around to spend money. You could take a picture with a rapper or somebody. Come on, dog. You run around and spend all that money because you could take a picture with Max B. You ran around and you could take a picture with Max B when you can employ in a year hundreds of people. But you rather, because you could show that you was with Max B. You wanted to run around and show that you was with Max B when you could have used that same money to deploy some single mothers who really needed that money, who really needed the money to just send their kids to picture day. Dress their son up for graduation. You talking about a little 12-year-old kid who couldn't get the right clothes because his mother didn't have the right money. Because you wanted to throw money on a stripper. I ain't taking nothing away from strippers, bro. I ain't taking nothing away from those strippers, man. I ain't taking nothing away from those strippers, but you had the opportunity to employ some single mothers, some ex-cons, some brothers who just needed to pay a bill to get their baby mother off their back. They just needed to get their baby mother off their back. It was an 8-hour job, $215. But you know what that means to some people? You know what that means to some people, man? But you rather throw the money on a stripper or run around and spend $3,000 so you could be like, I'm cool and I can take a picture with these rappers. You talking about, oh, I want my mother to do the cooking. Yeah, I'll give you a $5,000, but my mother got to do the cooking. This is not a collard greens and baked macaroni and cheese type of event, bro. This is not a collard greens and fried chicken. It's not that type of event. We talking about plated food, bro. We talking about plated. We talking about knowing how to chef where we got a table of 300 people, how to get everything out at one time where the food ain't cold. So when table 1 start eating, the table on table 60 getting their food at the same time. We talking about events where that wine got to be poured at the right time. We talking about at events with the right knife. If it's chicken, the right knife got to be picked up at the same time. If it's steak, the right knife got to be picked up at the same time. If it's fish, the right knife got to be picked up at the same time. The salad got to be dropped at the right time. The desserts got to be dropped at the right time. Who needs white wine? Who needs red wine? Your mother can't do that. And I ain't got nothing against your mother. I might have ate her cooking. But your mother hasn't done this at a scale where this food is plated. I can't let your mother do that. And I love your mother, bro. But this is not her skill set. You want your sister to be the bartender because she bartends at a strip club. But this is different, bro. This is a totally different type of event. You negotiating with a person that been in this hospitality industry for 25 years, bro. I can't blow this opportunity. This is all I got. You got to understand, this is all I got. I ain't got no retirement. I ain't got no 401k. This is my 401k here. That's all I got is a better staffing solution, dog. All I got is this, bro. And all I got is one to send people out to jobs every day. Do I send people out every day? Nah, not every day. I send me out. Because sometimes a person might just order one person. Sometimes that person is me. Just like today, it's just me. Who you start with is not who you might finish with. I started this podcast with somebody, but I don't mean I'm going to finish with them. And that's okay, because everybody grow in a different direction. And just like they say, oh, it ain't your money. It ain't their money. They could do what they want with their money. It ain't your money. I get it. I got it. I get it. I got it. It's not my money to complain about. But when there's opportunity to help, bro, that's what it's all about. It's about helping. And that's what a better solution is about. And you cry about because Tom only give 20%. Tom only give 15%. That's what, Tom only get 15% a month. Don't you know see, that's the thing about the streets. Y'all want a quick flip. Don't you know the greatest business in the world might get 13% in a year? And that's amazing. But I'm willing to give you 15% in a month so that we can employ people in our community. 15% so we can employ. And I take a hit. I'm not getting rich with this. But just to see the smile on a woman's face, the smile of a single mother's face when her cable ain't gonna go off because her kids love YouTube. She ain't got cable, but she got Wi-Fi and they can look at YouTube. Do you know what that is? You know the feeling of a mother that could just keep her Wi-Fi on because she could come get a job with us and do a simple task in hospitality? No, but you rather do something else because it's your money. It's cool. You rather do something else, but it's cool. But it's my fight. And everybody's fight ain't everybody's fight. Everybody fight ain't everybody's fight. The situation with ICE that's going on, that's not everybody's fight. I get it, but this is our community, bro. And I'm fighting for it. You know how hard it is to go in these kitchens and these cafeterias and go in these hotels and these universities? Because they have some stigma against Afro-American companies and Afro-Americans in themselves. They think all this thing about it, so it's so hard for me fighting to get these contracts. I'll go in here and I'm fighting to get these contracts for us. You know how hard that is, man? You know how hard it is because they say we have an attitude. They say that we lazy. They say we don't have the work ethic, that we come late. You know, sometimes I go in there and I say this. I say, Joe Solo oi. Joe Solo oi. When I walk in there, they look at me. I say, Joe Solo oi. Just like today, Joe Solo oi. I'm by myself. I come early. And I'm going to be the last one after everything is closed. I'm going to be the last one wiping everything down. Because when I walk in the building, I represent a whole race of people. Yo solo hoy. I don't even know if that really makes sense in Spanish. But Joe means I. Solo means by myself. Hoy means today. Yo solo hoy. I'm by myself today. Just like today on this podcast. Yo solo hoy. By myself. By myself. Now I can send in the army, but I'm showing you. I come in here and I wash the dishes. Yo solo hoy. I come in here. Yo solo hoy. I wash these dishes by myself. Me being the owner of a company. Me being the owner of the company. I come in here. I wash the dishes myself. Yo solo hoy. Yo solo hoy. I wash these dishes myself. A better staffing solution. Because I represent a better staffing solution. I represent a whole race of people to show you that that stereotype that you got might not be the truth. So I come to set an example. So when I see my team in here, just give them a chance. Just give them a chance. And that's all I was asking Harlem. Just give Harlem, let's give us a chance. You wear Gucci. You wear Louis. You could do DAP. You got Dapper Dan going into this corporation. That could have been us. Now I'm in the same corporation because a year later and I didn't build up the strength and built up the fight that I can get inside this corporation to be there. Now I'm not doing the Dapper Dan event, but I'm there doing other stuff. I'm doing other stuff for the event, but we could have had the whole event. That 20% a year later, you know what that 5,000 could have brought you? You that fly, you that dope, that you don't need that 20% over a year? You that fly, you so dope. You that fly, you so dope, you looking like a groupie. You looking like a groupie and you know who you are. Just like my man, you know who you are, told me go ahead and get the bartenders for this event. And then you ain't even answer your phone, bro. Knowing that I would have to pay a whole staff of people. And I said, can you just cover the bartenders? I'll cover the buses. I'll cover the dishwashers. I'll cover the waiters. I'll cover the event service. Please, can you just handle the bartenders? And you said, I got you, Tom, and you ain't even answer your phone. You ain't even answer your phone, bro. But that's cool because my name is Tommy Israel. My mother did not give me that name. I gave myself that name with the hope that I could live by it, stand by it. And when it's all said and done, I lived up to it. And you better believe I'm going to live up to it. And I'm going to keep fighting for this company, a better staffing solution. And I'm going to come fight harder at this podcast, a better conversation. I'm going to come fight harder and I'm going to do better. And I'm going to stay more consistent. I'm going to make more shorts on YouTube. I'm going to drop more episodes. I'm going to do better editing. I'm going to do better sound. I'm going to stay abreast with my engineer, Capo. And I'm going to say, Capo, what you think about this? How can we get better? How can we do this? How can we do that? Because this is all I got. This is all I got, bro. I ain't got no 401k. I ain't got no retirement. I did too many years in prison. I made too many bad decisions. This is what I got. So I got to do it at the best of I got because I ain't a kid no more, dog. I ain't a kid no more. And I take conversations from prison with people with life every day. Every day I take conversations with people from life and I know they wish they had this opportunity. Opportunity that I got in my hands right now. I can't blow this. So this got to be the best year. See, I said 2025 is too special of a year to just let things just pass you by. 2025 was too special of a year to let things just pass you by. So 2026 is a year you got to make things better that you did in 2025. 2026 is a year that you got to make better than you did in 2025. At least I started it. At least in 2023, I started a better staffing solution, even though they fronted on me and they didn't give me the money. I said, you know what? I'll start from the ground up. I'll just start with my own little 3,000. That 3,000 started into 30. That 30 turned into 60. And God bless how far I can go. God bless how far I can go. Because no matter what, how you suckers try not to let me win, I'm going to keep fighting because I got the fight inside me. I got the fight inside me, and if I keep praying, maybe God get behind me, and that wind get behind me, and that wind could be a tornado, and maybe just, we could tear something up. We can rip down what's old. That's what tornadoes do. They rip down what's old, and they build new. They rip down what's old, and they build something new. Maybe I could turn into a tornado. I'm just a little wind right now. But it's up to me to get behind my own back. It's just me to get behind my own back and turn this into something special. No matter who's behind me. No matter who's behind me. Yeah. Yeah. We had some beautiful episodes, man. We had some beautiful. Zalima, the queen of the app, came through and rocked. Eva came through and rocked. Man, we had some. My man E the MC, he came through and rocked. We had some beautiful episodes of people that just came through and rocked. Chemo Swift came through and rocked. Dominican young boy came through and rocked. We had so many people. Kenya, the beautiful Kenya, came through and rocked. We can't let that go to waste. And we can't let a better staffing solution go to waste. One of the best staffing agencies in the world. Why? Because we know who to place where, when to place them, where they fit. Shout out to one of our best clients that ever believed in us. Evelyn's Kitchen believed us from the start. I started as her dishwasher. And she believed in us. And when I told her about the idea, she said, "What? Huh? I got you. I got an event. How many people can you staff?" She believed, and I appreciate her from the heart. Evelyn's Kitchen, Mrs. A.D. Mrs. A.D. Y'all, I appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much because you believed in us. That allowed other people to believe in us, and that allowed other people to believe in us, even when our own homies from the street ain't believe in us. You let a Jewish lady come and step in and believe in us and put the wind behind our back to start the tornado. Evelyn's Kitchen. Now there's so many others that we got that we can shout out, that we got plans to shout out, but that's what 2026 is about. My name is Tommy Israel, and this is a better conversation. And I just had to come here and vent, because no matter how much y'all hate, when God behind you, nobody can stop you. With that, I'm gone. Tommy Israel. Ha!